Hey everybody, if you're here looking for a workout app with progress photos, you found the right video. As I'm the creator of PumpPal, my name's Justin and I have progress photos in my app. The reason why I added it, because I always wanted a workout app that actually had progress photos and a nice system to actually see your progress over time. Why would you want to track progress photos? Is because the scale doesn't always say the correct information. It's just a number, a general guideline, and sometimes your body changes and you don't realize it unless you take progress photos. So let's take a look at this feature here in PumpPal, and then we'll go over some more features we have that are similar and the other features in my app. So if you want to track progress photos, once you go to the App Store, search for PumpPal. Right here, PumpPal, and it should be under PumpPal Physical Activity Logs if you want to follow along. Otherwise, just watch and enjoy here. So if you sign up, get a create account. In the menu, you can go to progress photos, and then in here, you're going to have your list of progress photos. It always remembers your first progress photo, so it's always going to remember your first front shot. It's always going to remember your first side shot, and it's always going to remember your first back shot, right? If you already have some progress photos that you want to add to the app, you would simply go ahead and hit the plus button, and then you'll be directed to another screen, which I'll show you in a second, of how to add in, what date you took it, your pose, things like that. Otherwise, if you want to take it on the fly at that moment, you can click the camera button, and it'll pop up your camera, and you can take the photo. If you are unsure of how to take proper progress photos, you can simply click Tips, Tools, and Recommendations on here, and it'll go over all the details of how to take good progress photos, what tools you can use, where you get those tools, and things like that. But like whatever option you decide to choose, either the plus button to upload from your phone or take a photo immediately, you'll be prompted to this screen. Let me pull it up for you. Here, you'll see the photo you took, the date taken on. You can either keep it on the day, it'll default to that day's date. Otherwise, if you click the button, you can change the date. Maybe you have older folders where you knew you took it, and you want to change the date to where you took it at. You can do so. You can put the pose, right, either front, side, or back, mark it as that. You can mark it as one of your favorites. Maybe you did a good job and you look good in one of them. You can mark it as your favorites. And then you also have if it's private or not, right? You can select private, and then what that does is it only keeps that photo on your phone, right? It doesn't sync with the servers, but just be aware. I mean, it doesn't sync with the server, so if you don't sync it with the server and later on you get a new phone or something like that, be aware that they won't transfer over. Otherwise, just below it too is notes, so you can take notes on it. Maybe you see that your chest got smaller, maybe you see your love handles kind of went away, and you want to write a quick note or whatever note you want in the picture. You can save that note on the picture, and then on the bottom you hit save, and it will bring you to, bring you back to the initial screen, right? And it'll add it to the list. Eventually, you'll start to get a collection of progress photos, and you're going to want to compare those, right? We made it really easy to compare your progress photos. The progress or the compare button on here, right to the left of the camera on the top right, is the compare button. You click that, and it will bring you to a new screen here, which is really cool and unique to PumpPal. And it'll compare your oldest photos that we recorded to your newest one, and you can quickly see which one, how your progress went. You can see visually. You can do the front, and I don't know if you notice on the top here, you can do front, side, or back. So if you click the side, you can see the side shot. And then on the back, you can click the back, and you get the back shot, right? Super cool, super easy to see your progress right there in your phone with all your progress photos. Another feature of the progress photos is you can filter. So like to the left here, you hit the filter button at the very end on the top right. You click that, you can filter by your favorites, you can filter by front, side, back. But yeah, it's the filter option because eventually you're going to have a bunch of pictures in there and it's going to be a big list. The filter is super handy to get the ones you want to see. All right. Since you're interested in progress photos, another cool feature that coincides with progress photos in my app is body measurements. And in here is essentially where you actually measure your body parts, right? If you're not sure how to measure your body, there's tips, tools, recommendations. Once again, it'll kind of go through how to do it and explain to you how to make the correct measurements. The tools you can get for the app, or tools you can get to measure yourself inside there, right? If you want to start a new measurement, you just hit the plus button. It'll bring you to a screen like this. And then, you take your weight down, because, you still want to track your weight, even though it's not the ultimate, win all, weight is everything sort of thing. It's not. That's why you're measuring these things. But take your weight down, because it's still a way to measure. Your body fat percentage. Once again, if you don't know how to take your body fat percentage, there's tips, tools, and tricks. They have a couple options. You can get like a scale that tells you it. It's a scale that can give you estimates. You can get calibrators. It'll explain that to you inside the tips, tools, recommendations. And then once you get your measurements, you'll measure your waist, you measure your hips, your chest, your neck, your left biceps. And then once you're done, you just hit save. And once again, this is going to remember your first measurement, right? And you can see here on the list, we have first measurement. And it'll always remember this. So the only thing you can do in the first measurement, you can only edit the first measurement. Like say if you, and your first time do it, you made a mistake, you can go and edit it, but it'll always remember this one and you can't delete it, right? And then as you gather measurements, you compare, right? So we go back to the top right, we have the compare button, we click that, and it gives you a quick look at exactly what's going on with your body, right? Your first measurement, your current measurement, looks like you lost 5 pounds, your body fat went down 3%, and then so on and so forth. It's like usually a guess, like what's a good thing. Obviously, if your waist's getting bigger, not a good thing. If your hips are getting bigger, not a good thing. But if your left bicep got bigger, that's a good thing, or your biceps got bigger, that's a good thing, right? So depending on what it is, it's going to give you a green light or a bad light, right? And you can quickly compare to what your first measurement was. Once again, scale doesn't say everything. You could be having changes happen to your body. You might not even see it in the progress photos, but you'll see it in your measurements, right? Super efficient way to track your overall progress, and it coincides with progress photos, so I figure I would mention it. If you go back to here, one other thing I want to say is pretty clear, but I want to mention if you're not sure where to measure, you can hit the show measurements picture, and you click it, and it'll give you a diagram of where to measure. I know it's kind of cheesy right now. Bear with me. It works for now. You can get a cooler picture later. But it's like, your neck, chest, biceps, and then it'll explain to you where you should be measuring. And in generally in those pictures, you want to measure your thickest point, right? So kind of look at it, find where your thickest point is, and then do a measurement on that. And of course, if it's a workout tracking app with progress photos, you can always track your workouts too inside here. And this will be like the main screen you end up getting to when you register and go here. And essentially, it's just you make your plan for the week. It's by the week for what you're going to do for that week, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You might have chest day on Monday, maybe back day on Tuesday, Wednesday leg day. You might do three-day body weight workouts on there. You can set it up, and you can go in and add exercises here. What's kind of unique to PumpPal too is you don't necessarily have to have access to a gym, or you don't necessarily have to track just body weight training. Sorry, not body weight training, weight training. When you go to add an exercise to your plan, you can choose between weight training, body weight, cardio, stretching and mobility. If you select weight training, when you go to search for an exercise, it will only show you exercises that have weights involved in it, right? If you select body weight training, it's only going to show you exercises that involve body weight. If you do cardio, it's only going to show you cardio. And if you do stretch and mobility, it'll only show you stretch and mobility work exercises. Unique to PumpPal, it's a way to filter out what you need. Maybe you don't have access to a gym, so you want to do body weights and cardios and stretching. There's more than one way to get in shape, and body weight training is one of them, right? So that's unique to PumpPal. Otherwise, when you go into the workout, it's pretty straightforward. Um, Tracking. I do have a new feature coming soon here. But once you're in your workout, you got the instructions. You can click it, and you can see the instructions how to do that workout. You also have, your sets there in the list. It's 225. You mark down how much weight you lifted. You mark down how many reps. You hit save. It then will play a rest timer when you're ready to do your next set. Once you complete every set, it goes to your next exercise. Pretty standard stuff with the workout tracking. But more to come. I don't want to say what's coming because I don't want my competitors to copy me. So that's what I'm just going to start with. Another unique feature that's free to PumpPal is a plan builder, right? So if you're not sure, you're a complete beginner and you're not sure how to set up a workout, you can use the plan builder, the bright red button at the bottom, build your plan. If you click it, it'll bring you to a screen where we kind of get an idea of what kind of exercise you're looking for. One here. So first it's going to ask you, like, what's your fitness level? Are you just starting out? Are you a beginner? If you never worked out before, select beginner for sure. If you're one of those people that, they go strong for a month or 2 weeks and then they don't work out for 3-4 months and then you go strong for a week and you're still probably beginner status, click the beginner. Intermediate, it's someone's been lifting for a couple years consistently. Advanced would be a couple years and beyond, right? Then you pick how many days a week you want to work out and you click next. And you will be brought to the next option. And it's going to ask you what your primary goal is, right? Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to gain muscle? Are you looking for general health? These are all things you can select on here. So if you want to lose weight, gain muscle, general health is basically you're someone that, you just want to maintain what you have and you want to stay healthy, so it's not going to be too intense. You're getting in there, getting your heart pumping, you're working out your muscles, and that's all you're worried about. So you would select general health. Then you click next. And it'll bring you to, which one am I on? If you have access to a gym, right? Not everyone has access to the gym. The plan builder doesn't just assume you have access to a gym. So you can either select if you have access to a gym or you want to use a gym. You can do home workouts where it's going to primarily be the body weight workouts. And then outdoor only where it's going to be a cardio and body weight workouts, right? So you want to make your option there. You hit next. And you'll be brought to a screen where it develops 3 optional plans that you can choose from. And you're always going to get 3 optional plans depending on your choices, and it'll create a workout based off of that, right? So in this instance, I think I made it a while ago, these pictures. It was like, I think I did lose weight, gym access, 3 days a week, intermediate maybe? I forget exactly. But you get the idea. Whatever you select, it's going to generate a plan based off of what your selections were, right? So this one, we have a full body workout at the gym, and that's the first one, 3 days a week, and it'll create 3 different plans of the week. You can change the plans around if you want to. Maybe you want to do, legs or something on Tuesday. You can switch that in the plans, but you select it first, and it'll create those plans. Maybe you just want to use machines at the gym. You're not like a free weight person. You can select machine essentials, and it's all machine-related workouts. If you want to use just dumbbells, people like to use dumbbells a lot. You can select just dumbbells and then use this plan. And then you have it created, right? Super helpful if you're not sure where to start. Go to the plan builder and get your plan set. You don't even need access to a gym. Those are the core features. Pretty cool, I think. I built this app in mind with what I wanted. And the plan builder's a bit for like newbies. I know a lot of newbies have trouble trying to decide on a plan. Don't have decision fatigue on how you're going to do it. Just go to the plan builder, select the plan, put beginner, decide how many days a week you want to dedicate to it, and just get started. Don't have decision fatigue. You don't need to be perfect. You'll get better as you go. Okay. Another thing I want to mention about PumpPal, this is like a brand new app. I'm developing it. Still in the process of doing more. If you want to go ahead and help support this app, I do have an awesome deal on a lifetime membership, only $39.99. Generally, a lifetime membership for most apps are like $150. The reason why I'm doing this is because I need to get some momentum going to help support the app and grow and keep working on it. What you get with that membership is no ads. You get grandfathered in for every feature in the future, which I have a bunch I'm working on right now. Um, Definitely, you'll get them all. I do plan to get the subscription based model sometime by the end of this year. Um, you also get to sync across devices. Essentially, so if you have your phone and you're recording your workouts, and then you have an iPad you use also, the data will sync once you're logged into both of them. Or maybe you get a new phone later. You don't want to lose all of your progress photos. Um, the phone will transfer your data once you log into it. Super sweet deal right now. Wouldn't miss out on it. Check it out if you like the app. And then also, like I said, I'm a one person building this app. Like I said, I'm building it because I enjoy the app. I like to use the features it has in it. I have a bunch of things I thought of when I was building it that I want added, coming soon. But there could be problems in it. I don't realize it too. You can go to the if you go to the menu, there's a feedback option. If you ever see a problem in it, please submit feedback, and I will contact you within 24 hours. If you have a cool feature idea and you want to add it to the app, once again, go to feedback and add it as a suggestion. I'll take a look at it, respond to you within 24 hours. I want this to be an app everyone likes, everyone uses, so that feedback's so important. So I know I'm building things correctly. If you do go in the App Store, search for PumpPal Physical Activity Logs, download the app, check it out. Even if you don't plan to use the app, let me know why. Go in the feedback and be like, why did you not want to use the app? Or if you do like the app, tell me what you like about it. I guess all feedback is good feedback. Otherwise, I think I covered what I wanted to cover in this video. If you want to check it out, check it out. If you want to keep up with future updates about PumpPal, please like and subscribe to this channel, and you'll hear about new features as they come. Otherwise, you all have a good day and enjoy Memorial Day weekend. Have a good one.